let's focus on the super regional banks that really had 30% plus increase in dividends and 50% increase in share repurchase. So those are the banks that just got relief, pulled out the $250 billion and below, and you're seeing them react very positively and get a lot of freedom in their ability to return, equity to their shareholders.
And so, okay, I'm going to go along with you just for a minute, but then I want you to go along with me because I want to come back to Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley. But if you're going to invest in the banks right now, you invest in who?
Right, you're going to invest in the super regional banks that still have the benefit to leverage what's happening with interest rates going higher, and we just saw with the capital deployment have the leverage to return capital to shareholders.
But you don't think that's already built? You don't think that's built into the stock price?
Not at 10% lower than we were in January. No, it's not. The other thing is that's missed in this whole thing is that their payout ratios didn't go above 100%. So when you start looking at their ability to increase these same capital returns next year, they're in line for another 20% plus return increase as we go into next year.
Okay, indulge me on Goldman and Morgan just for a second. How did this happen, and how are you supposed to read what the Fed said, and how are you supposed to read what the company said?
What you're supposed to read into this is that there's been a differentiation between the Fed and company reports ever since we've been doing these stress tests. And when you start looking at, the conservatism in the Fed and what they put out, they're ring fencing the biggest banks in the country. So what they've done is said, okay, any of the banks above 250 billion, we're still going to have that kind of, bear hug, and we're going to still look at ways to increase losses, be able to look at ways to still be able to hold these capital levels higher than what we had in that last financial crisis.
Marty,
so this is a reflection of that.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.